Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Autastic, Comedian's Guide to Autism. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Kirk, and I have a co-host and friend.
Graham K. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another week of Autastic, the Comedian's Guide to Autism. I have an autistic brother. Kirk has a autistic son, or a son with autism. Both are beautiful. And how is JJ doing today, Kirky?
Both are kind of built the same, which is a kind of funny coincidence.
Yeah.
Both are about
Yeah, they
6'1", 6'2",
That's true.
kind of rotund, round,
Yeah.
kind of roundish heads.
Not obese, just like
No,
Like,
no, I didn't say that.
like
Just
a 1970s dock worker body. You know?
like
Just sort of
like an
like-
offensive
like-
lineman from the 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, but like just a lot of like roast beef sandwiches, not a lot of water, a lot of coffee.
They could be athletic, but they really enjoy eating hot dogs.
Hot
so
dogs.
yeah, he's my son.
Love.
Yeah.
Man. Peter lives off my mom taught him like 3 recipes and he makes the 3 over and over and over again. One of them is a minute steak. It's just like my brother
Ooh.
eats a lot of steak. It's like I'm like we gotta switch it to chicken. We gotta switch that to a chicken breast. Maybe put some seasoning on there for some flavor. Chicken can be a little boring, I know, but
Ooh, I like that.
my man
No, good
eats
seasoning.
steak for dinner 3 times a week like it's 1972. It's hilarious.
Like he's coming home from a hard day at work and smokes
Yeah.
his palm olives and has a
Yeah.
steak and an old-fashioned
Palm olives, yeah.
little whiskey drink.
Definitely, yeah, he has like a lunch bucket diet for sure.
But Jake is good. JJ, sorry, is
Jake.
good.
JJ's maybe your son.
Yeah. No, it's JJ, I was going back to answering your question you asked me earlier. We had a little call today, and
Mm-hmm.
he has he lives in a facility where there are 7 other residents.
Yeah.
And then it's like kind of a big house, kind of.
Yeah.
And then each of them has their own little suite that's got their own bathroom and their own little kitchen. But then there's a community kitchen where most of the meals are made and stuff. Anyway, he has set up a chair and like one of those IKEA. You remember like 10 years ago how popular those IKEA chairs are that are kind of like bouncy. They're kind of like
Yeah.
S-shaped or something. Or yes.
Yeah, they're like wood.
So he has a chair-
S-shaped. They kind of float.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So he's got a little floating chair and a plant and his laptop. And he is set up in the hallway between the rooms, like he's running a little office there. And if you come into his little space, he asks you to leave. So today, we had a call, and then Maria is the lady who has him today, and she tries to walk in. I don't know if you remember the angry monkey from Family Guy. It's just like a monkey who's like pointing.
Yeah. Yeah.
JJ's mom used to call him the angry monkey sometimes because he'll point and it'll be like, get out. He'll just point, but it'll be like, leave.
So funny.
So he will
and does he
point.
want you to leave, or is that because sometimes he parrots things, but he really means stay?
No, when he wants you to stay, he'll grab you and pull you in. When he wants you to leave, he will stand up and point toward the door, like, get out.
What a man. I
So
love
today
that.
he was set up in his little office, and he was busy doing his work. Busy little man, little businessman. I need to get him a little
Sure.
visor, those little green little visors,
Yeah,
like he's an
absolutely.
accountant in the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's getting next to a window. He's got his little plant and his laptop, and he's watching his videos. And if you try to interrupt him, he's like, "Get out! I've got a lot of videos to watch. I don't have
I
time to
love it.
mess around. Out!"
My man's all business.
Oh,
I
it's
get
so
it.
funny. Don't
It's his
don't
office.
don't
You can't
ignore
disturb-
the stains. Yeah, ignore the stained sweatpants. I'm a businessman. Go ahead,
I'm a
sorry.
businessman. Yeah, you can't interrupt a man's business, Kirk. You know that. They should know that.
I get it. Listen,
You
it's
were saying
JJ's
off
world. We're all
air-
just living in it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's a good way to be, I think. I don't know. You were saying earlier off there that he's being a little grumpy lately because there's a turnover of staff, right?
Yeah, we've had some staff turnover. We had, there's not everybody's dream job is go work with JJ. Even if they were like, I want to work with the disabled. Like one of the guys that
Yeah.
came over, he had worked at another place, another residence, another assisted living kind of thing, but they didn't
Uh-huh.
have any permanent positions, and so he came over to JJ's house as kind of a temporary thing until they could house him at the one that he wanted to work at that's closer to his house. This is the aide. And
Yeah.
well, it took 2 years or a year and a half, almost 2 years. So JJ's worked with him for 2 years. So now that guy's gone. He was the guy I mentioned before. He was a part of NA. He was a very vocal member of Narcotics Anonymous. He
He
was
had a bunch
not
of
so
tattoos.
big on the yes, not so big on the anonymous part. He told everybody, but he had like full neck tattoos and sleeves, and but like a really sweet guy, like trying to give back and trying to yeah.
Mhm.
And so he got a job that's closer to his living situation, so it's better for him. But JJ, doesn't know that. He just knows this guy that he used to work with, that he used to like, is
Yeah.
gone. So we've had some guys kind of go in and out, and then we had a lady who we've lost a couple people this summer, and so
Yeah.
it's been an adjustment. So when he gets stressed, he disassembles things. He will. Longtime listeners know he's got mostly a concrete floor because he's pulled up all the floorboards. So we had to do like this concrete
Yeah.
style floor, polished concrete.
It's
But
like a special
there is a
design apartment. It's like the opposite of like an insane asylum, soft padded room. It's like nothing you can tear down.
nothing you can tear.
soft.
It's very hard. No.
Yeah.
Well, it's this new like kind of I don't know what to even. There's some word for it, I'm sure. But it's like kind of concrete, kind of plastic, kind of like. It's not
Yeah.
like he's still sleeping in the parking lot. It's
No, no, no.
but
I
it's
didn't mean that.
it's
I just
it's
mean like
stone.
there's no.
It's tough.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
he lives in a nice place. It's perfect for him. I don't mean that
Great
he's in a
place.
jail or anything.
Why is it nicer than mine? That's the question. I'm joking.
I have to ask that
Um,
about my brother's apartment.
Your brother lives in a high rise in a beautiful capital city of the world. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a
But,
balcony and sweet one bedroom. It's nice.
Nice.
Anyway,
Better action figure collection than yours. But he lost that guy. He lost another guy, another girl, and so when he gets stressed, he there isn't much baseboards because he pulled out most of the baseboards, but there is still some molding around the doors. Door jams usually have
right.
frames, and so he will try to get in there and pull out some frames if he can get his little fingers in there. And by little, I'm being sarcastic. He will yank that wood out by the roots. So he's gone through that a little bit. So that's the tell that he's stressed out if he
Oh.
starts. It's better than
Oh,
pulling out his
man.
own hair, I guess. But yeah,
And it's heartbreaking. He can't. He doesn't understand why they left. And they're
exactly.
his friends. He has feelings for them. I'm sorry, man. That's
Yeah.
really heartbreaking. I wanna kiss him. I wanna give him a hug. If you would let me, you know.
You can only
Uh,
do it during his non-office hours because if you try it when he's sitting there in his little chair working, he will give you the angry monkey finger of death. Get out.
As he should. Get out. No hugs. JJ business. Yeah.
Dude, you got to see it. I got to take a picture of it one of these days. It's so funny when he does it. It's just like,
Yeah.
get out. And he's very stern. Yeah, it's funny.
I love that. I love that.
How's a little Peter Parker Spider-Man doing? Who's like the same build as JJ?
He's doing very good. The job is going great. He just got his first paycheck today. Just completed his first 2 weeks. Yeah, the job
awesome.
coach says he did really well, and yeah, so we're really excited. We're really excited.
Now, you told me off air that your job coach, not your job coach, that's called an agent, but Peter's job coach had called his previous employer to see about trying to stack these jobs up.
Yeah, so the job coach who works for Live Work Play, which is an organization in Ottawa, wrote us an email, my mother and myself. It said, I spoke to Peter's manager this morning and he let me know that Peter is doing great. He says that he stays on tasks, finds helpful things to do, and completes all his tasks on time. He emailed Norm, which is the other guy from his previous job. I emailed Norm to find out if Peter could be able to return. I have not heard back yet, but will let you know if I do. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, long story short is we still remain hopeful Peter will get his other old job back and they'll have two jobs. But the main thing is his new job, which is 3 days a week, is going very well, and he's doing a great job at just not bothering people basically by chit chatting. And we've been working hard on that with him in the past couple of years. He got fired from a job. He's about 38 now, and he got fired from a job when he was in like maybe 35 because he was chatting too much with people and just repeating the same stories over and over and over again, and they couldn't do any work, and they felt really guilty. It wasn't their fault. And they it wasn't like they fired him right away, but they waited and tried to work with him and tried to give him corrections and nudge him in the right direction, and we tried and it just didn't work, and so he got let go, which was too bad because that was a full-time janitor job and it was 5 days a week, and it would have been almost like a real salary. So since then, we've been slowly but surely chipping away at it, and it looks like it's working. He's not chit-chatting too much, and they're fine with it. I think it's probably a better fit in terms of a job. It's not like the other job was in an office. He was going desk to desk and emptying people's garbage cans during the day, and it was just like, for Peter, that's a dream. Just an unlimited amount of people to unload on. But this is more solitary. He just sort of has like a checklist of tasks to do, and he has to do them himself. He goes to a pub earlier before they open in Ottawa and does all that. And he can ride the bus there in the morning by himself and come back. So I'll tell you what, it's working. I know he's in a good mood. I know he's busy because my calls are down by half, which is awesome for me. I love my brother, but it's just, it was getting a bit much. 2 years of 20 minutes every day FaceTiming. And now we're down to 4 days a week, which is great. That's perfect for me. I love talking to him. I talked to him today. Even though he had a job today, he still called, which is great. That's fine. But he got a haircut. He looks good. He looks happy. He called me to tell me that he got his first paycheck. He was so proud. Isn't that nice?
Nice. That's nice.
It's awesome. Yeah, he's doing great.
Does he already have plans for the money? I know he doesn't really understand money, really, but
yeah.
Does he have he's trying to buy backup VCRs or Windex, or what's he thinking about?
Yeah. That Kirk is referencing the time that Peter had 2 backup DVD players that we found out he had squirreled away in his apartment in case his DVD player broke. He had 2 backups that he bought, and anyway, no, we've worked on that, and he's not going to have 8 backups of everything. And so I think he's just going to keep it in his bank account, and he'll probably, let's be honest, he'll probably buy a T-shirt, a Spider-Man T-shirt. But the man works hard for his money. Let the man live. So that's going well. I
don't know if we've covered this before, but go ahead. Sorry.
No,
I was just asking about his groceries. Does he do that himself, or does your mom help with that, or how does that work exactly? I don't know if we've covered that.
So a guy from Live Work Play comes every 2 weeks, and they go grocery shopping, and they went today, so he got to hang out with him today. It's also a social engagement for Peter, which is very good.
Right.
Yeah, the guy's not a volunteer. He actually works for Live Work Play, and it's like one of Peter's pals every 2 weeks. Especially in the pandemic, it was pretty. But even prior to Peter's job, prior to Peter getting a job, it was one of the touchstones we needed for Peter to have social interaction. One of the few.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and I've been trying to get Peter to ask him questions about his life, so it's not just Peter blabbing on about his own life. And we're just trying to get Peter to be a little better socially, so maybe he can make more friends at Live Play, and maybe even one day get a girlfriend. Who knows? But you have to ask people questions, and that's been tough. That's been a big struggle. It's like to not talk too much and to ask questions. It's like it's a hard balance for him to understand and for anyone to understand, quite frankly. I mean, we hang out with comics. They're all maniacs. They can't do it. So, you know.
You're not wrong. A couple names just came to mind. Yeah. A couple of our mutual friends just came to mind.
Yeah, never asked you a question about your life once, I bet. So, yeah. Peter's doing okay. So I mean, he all things considered, I would say Peter's doing great right now. For him, he's
speaking of things content. that he's good at. He's a bowling fan, isn't he?
He is. He is a bowling fan. Yes, my friend.
Which takes us into our this week's in the news.
Yeah, we got this
one.
You found
I found this one last week, but I'm on a ship and my internet's not great, and so I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull the article and talk and hear and yeah. I'm handing this off to you, Grandma.
Yeah, sure. I have. I'm a land comedian, so I'll take this one this week.
Oh, harsh. As a former sailor, you shouldn't be allowed to say that.
I only got fired from the cruise ship because, this is true, I got fired from Celebrity Cruise Lines because people complained that I mentioned my brother had autism in a few of my jokes. I wasn't making fun of my brother. I'm not a horrible human being. I just talked about that subject, and people said, well, my grandson has autism. He shouldn't be talking about that. And people are incentivized to complain on cruise ships to get money.
I think that's the bigger problem. Yeah, they're always trying to get upgrades and stuff.
Yeah. But they don't even think about what that means for the employee because they've never been they've never been in the service industry themselves. These are, jerks. So anyway, I got fired.
Or a comedian.
That's why Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like they never think about being an employee at a place like that. Anyway.
Yeah. It is funny though that most comedians become comedians to not work at a multinational company.
Yeah.
And then I'm right back at a multinational company.
What can you do? You gotta do what you gotta do. But anyway, before we go into the article, I'm proud of that material about autism, and I'm working on a new, solo show about it, and I'm about 3/4 done, and I've been testing a lot of the material lately at comedy clubs, and I was just in Fort Collins, Colorado, doing the Comedy Fort there, wonderful comedy club, and after one of my shows last weekend, after each show I sell merchandise. I sell this week I've been selling little air fresheners with my face on them for your car, and on the back it's got like a QR code to like my website, whatever. So there's like a line of people after the show. I got like a little desk, little table selling my wares as people file out of the club. And there's like a short line of people.
It's like a real swap meet there, yeah.
Yeah. And this nice woman comes up to me, waits in line, comes up to me and goes, I've been listening to Autastic for 5 years.
Hey.
I want you to know that your podcast has really helped me through some tough times. And I started to tear up a bit. Like I just, that stuff means a lot to me, and I know what it means to them, and we hugged it out, and then she started to tear up a bit, and then she was like, she didn't want to keep me from what I was doing, and she probably didn't want to cry, and didn't want to make me cry, and so she, left, and we said goodbye, and and then I just, I've got like tears in my eyes, and I turn around and and there's a line of people waiting to buy air fresheners.
I just love the idea of someone like 3 people back in line, like, wow, she really did not want to buy an air freshener. She cried and everything.
Yeah, yeah. What'd she
What in
say
the
to
world?
that guy? Yeah, I don't mean to say that if you're listening, I don't want to say I didn't like the interaction. I loved it. I appreciate it. In fact, I needed it. But I just
Well,
think
you're
it's
going through a
funny
tough time too, and
I'm
yeah.
going through a breakup, so it's like I kill a fly, I'll start to cry. But So I turn around and it's like people are like, "What did she say to him?" And I'm just like, I wipe away tears and I'm like, "It's pay what you want, but $5 suggested."
No, what you did really helped change my life, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for saying that. You wipe your face. T-shirts, get your T-shirts over here.
Yeah. So anyway, my point being is that my autism material, is not offensive. People who are fans of the podcast come and see it and give me hugs after. It is, you know my vibe, listeners. It's this, and so it's just. But some people don't get it. I guess it's a weird thing. But anyway, I love my brother, and I would never do anything to hurt him or besmirch his name. I was actually just on Are You Garbage, which is a great podcast, and they have guests on and determine if they call them garbage, but basically it's just like a joke. It's like if you're for lack of a better word, like white trash, grew up white trash or not, because they are both like working class dudes, and so it's very like silly. And I mentioned on it that my brother has an email list, and once you're on, you can't get off. And everyone is messaging me, strangers. It's like a very popular podcast, and they're like, I want to get on this email list. I want to get on. How do I get on this? Everyone's very supportive. They love my brother. I'm not going to do it because I'm worried that someone's going to steal his social security number. But, people, a lot of love out there for Pete. People get it, which is nice. That brings a tear to my eye, too. But anyway, going back to the article, and I ruined your seamless transition earlier, Kirk. But my brother is a fantastic bowler. It's one of his he's naturally a hard worker. He is naturally a caring man. He's also naturally a gifted bowler. He has beat me. I'm a pretty good athlete. And I've lost to him fair and square twice at bowling. This one is from Fox 9. It's an article. It says this is from Ramsey in Minnesota, I think. For anyone bowling, a perfect game would be a memorable moment. But for Scott Reich, it means more. I feel happy and pumped up because it was a dream come true, said Reich. The 18-year-old started bowling a few years ago because as someone on the autism spectrum, he wanted a sport he could participate in that doesn't require any contact. I think that's also why Peter likes it, by the way.
No touching.
No touching. His parents say he improves his skills by watching videos of professional bowlers on YouTube. And he loves both the camaraderie and competition of bowling in a league once a week. Scotty can high-five, give knuckles to the other team next to him. He gets a strike and the team next to him is happy for him. That's good for someone with autism. Inside them makes them feel good. Inside them makes them feel good. Which is not the right way to write that, and it is Fox after all. And wanted and accepted.
There's a few verbs missing in some of these sentences.
Said Scott's dad, Tony Reich. Scott says his average is usually over 200, which is incredible. But on Wednesday night,
that's great.
He was on a roll, pun intended, I'm sure. After scoring 200 and 249 in his first two games at Andover Lanes. He bowled 12 strikes in a row for a perfect score of 300. My man was in the zone, Kirk. I was feeling calm.
Bananas. I've never done 300.
No way. I've seen those calves. I was feeling calm. I was taking deep breaths. Don't get mad if I leave a single pin up. They were saying, "Good job, Scotty. You did good out there," said Scott. It's awesome, especially being a dad and everything he has been through. For him to get a 300 and work at it and get it in front of people, and for me to be there and for my wife to be there, it was amazing, said Tony. That's so awesome. Scott wants to be a professional bowler himself one day. In the meantime, his parents hope his pursuit of perfection leaves nothing to spare. No pun intended, again, I'm sure. We'll always remember it and hope he gets more, said Tony. Pretty sweet, Kirk.
I think it's great. You know, that's one of the big challenges, right? Is finding stuff for our loved ones that have autism to do. You know, things that they enjoy, they connect with, it gives meaning to their, you know, that they get excited about and they can look forward to. And yeah, that's always one of the things that we struggle with JJ. Yeah.
Do you think has he ever bowled, JJ?
We've taken him there. He doesn't. You know, we do it with the bumper.
Sure.
What's it called? Lane bumpers or whatever.
Yeah.
He hasn't been in a long time, but it's probably something to do again. He doesn't. The thing with bowling alleys is they often play really loud music and there's a lot of lights, so he gets overstimulated.
Right.
So it usually only works on the nights that they've got a dedicated, you know, thing. Yeah.
Is there a way that you could buy him, like those earmuffs they give babies at baseball or like sporting events?
Yeah, those are like
noise
usually
cancelers?
they're not really noise canceling, but they muffle the noise. They're like for shooting. They're used for shooting ranges, I think. And we've gotten him those over the years. He's got a pair. So yeah, we do that. He still uses them sometimes.
Could put those on. I mean, he probably finds them uncomfortable. But maybe
he doesn't love them. But if it's loud enough, he'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He loves the shades, though. He loves the shades.
Put the shades on. Put those on. Maybe you could put some like Veggie Tales on like a pod, like a, what am I trying to say? Like his iPhone or something, and just put the audio in his ears, so he's got that to listen to.
Oh yeah, he's got plenty of that. Yeah, he's got plenty of downloaded music there to his burner phones that he's got that he likes.
He bowls a perfect 300 because he just locked in on Veggie Tales.
He's in the veggie zone. That'd be great.
Well, Kirk, did we do it?
Well, we did it, guys. Grandma, where are you this week?
Oh, this week I am at the Denver Comedy Lounge. So this podcast should come out today or tomorrow, today is the 13th of October, but on the 14th and 15th I'm at the Denver Comedy Lounge. Come and see old Grandma. And I'm going to be opening for Nate Bargatze the following week. You can go to my website, grahamk.com, for show dates. But more importantly, folks, more importantly to me, is I have a new comedy special out, which is available for free. I self-produced it. It's available on youtube.com/GrahamKComedy. youtube.com/GrahamKComedy. If you have a YouTube subscription or if you're you can hit like and subscribe on that. I would love a like. I'd love you to even if you don't have time to watch it, if you let it run for the whole time and
turn it on in the background, let it run every day for a month.
Help the algorithm. I need to help with the algorithm. It is, I will say this, it is mostly a clean comedy special, but I would say it is not safe for work. So if you got kids around or Mormons at your front door. But that's all for me. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Love you very much.
Same thing for me, guys. Add me on YouTube and Facebook, Kirk Smith Comedy. That would help me a lot. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great week. You can do it.